The United States of America, the most powerful country in the world, in 2023, a whopping $916 billion of their taxpayer money was spent on something. Can you imagine what happens to that amount of money in the United States? It is greater than the entire economy of highly developed countries such as Switzerland, Taiwan, Belgium, Sweden, Ireland, Austria, and Singapore. Roughly, it is 13.3% of the entire federal budget for that fiscal year. But where does it actually go? Let's find out what really happens to that money. In the 19th century, the United States expanded westward. Also, they faced the Civil War during 1861 to 1865, which abolished slavery. After World War II, the United States and Soviet Union became superpowers, leading to the Cold War era. Civil rights movements in the 1960s transformed social equality, and the United States continued as a global economic and military leader. So, the USA gives their first priority to increasing their military power. Here you can see how much money they have allocated from their budget for their military in the last few years. It has increased by a large amount year by year. Finally, in the year 2023, they allocated a huge amount of $916 billion for their military. It is the biggest cost they have spent on the military so far. Also, it is the largest amount allocated for a military in a fiscal year, not only in the USA, but when compared to every country in the world. Let me show you how much the United States spends on its military compared to other big military powers such as Russia, China, India, Saudi Arabia, UK, Germany, Ukraine, and Japan. Now you can see that it is a huge value compared to them. Even if you put them all together, you can see that the amount spent by the USA on the military is relatively high. I think now you must be curious to know about what happened to that money in that round. So where does that money go? Let's break it down. Each dollar serves a purpose, whether it's fortifying defense systems, modernizing technology, or maintaining the most advanced military on the world. But let's look a little closer, beyond the usual headlines. A major part of that goes to personnel. The U.S. military has more than 1.3 million active duty service members and another 800,000 in the reserves. Supporting these people, from wages and benefits to training and healthcare, takes up a significant portion of the budget. Behind each soldier, there's a team of medical professionals, counselors, and logistics specialists, ensuring these troops are at their best. Then there's the technology. The U.S. leads the way in developing cutting-edge military technology. Think of artificial intelligence, robotics, cybersecurity, and space defense. The Pentagon invests billions into research and development to ensure it stays ahead in technology. Drones, hypersonic missiles, satellite defense systems, each innovation demands a significant share of that $916 billion. Now let's talk about the research and development. They allocate about $140 billion for the research and development. That's equivalent to the entire GDP of countries like New Zealand or Hungary. This funding doesn't just secure new weapons. It also advances projects that shape the future of warfare, ensuring that the U.S. maintains strategic dominance in an unpredictable world. Next up, nuclear capabilities. The U.S. maintains a nuclear arsenal of over 5,000 warheads. This requires massive ongoing investments in maintenance, security, and modernization. There's a team dedicated solely to the safety and readiness of these nuclear weapons. Also, the U.S. Navy maintains nearly 300 ships, including aircraft carriers, submarines, and destroyers. Each one costs billions to build and even more to operate and maintain. These ships don't just patrol American shores, they're stationed worldwide, projecting U.S. power across oceans. Next comes the Air Force and Space Force. Between fighter jets, bombers, and now space satellites, the U.S. Air Force and Space Force are equipped to dominate the skies and beyond. For example, F-35 jets cost over $80 million each, and the U.S. has ordered hundreds. These are advanced machines, and they require continuous upgrades, skilled pilots, and enormous fuel reserves. Next ONW is the Logistics and Operations Support. Another big piece of the puzzle is supporting operations worldwide. The U.S. military operates in over 70 countries, with bases that need everything from fuel to food supplies. Also, the spend huge on cyber and digital warfare. In today's age, defense isn't just about physical borders. Cybersecurity has become an essential area of military spending. Billions are allocated to defend against cyber attacks from other nations and to keep American systems secure. This includes securing government networks, safeguarding critical infrastructure, and protecting citizens' data. U.S. military spend huge amount to medical research and advanced health care for veterans and active service members. The Department of Defense funds medical research to address issues soldiers face, such as PTSD, traumatic brain injuries, and combat-related injuries. So as mentioned, the U.S. military spent a huge amount of $916 billion for various activities of their military. But it's not over yet. I am now going to share some very interesting things with you. One of the reasons why the military budget of the USA increases year after year is that a large amount of that money goes to various private corporations. They maintain defense contracts with various private corporations. For example, if they want an F-35 jet, there's only one corporation that can make it. Because of this, situations such as their prices going out of control occur. Let's wait and see how the USA military budget will increase in the coming years. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more videos.